Hello and welcome everyone to the 5th episode of the BZCast. I am your host Randy. I'm recording this on July 25th, 2015. I do have a special guest with me today, but wanted to talk about a couple of things before I brought her in. Just to make sure you guys are up to date on the social media pages, we are BunnyZine on Facebook. We are at Official BZine on Twitter, and then Official BunnyZine on Instagram. Make sure you guys follow and like all those to keep with updates and see some cool, cute bunny stuff. Keep up with bunny news. We retweet it, share it, just to keep you guys updated on everything. Don't forget about our current issue. We're nearing the end of the month with House Rabbit Society in Richmond, California, the national headquarters. That's our current issue. Our new issue will come out August 1st. When you guys do download our issues, please do consider donating. Every dollar counts. Again, our new issue does come out August 1st. That's right around the corner. This recording actually might be out after, now that I think about it, actually released after the issue date, but that's okay. I also want to, before I bring our guest in, one last thing, also want to get you guys more involved. So if you guys ever have any ideas for the BunnyZine BZCast, anything you want to see, any topics that you want us to talk about. I did it with the 4th episode of the fan show. I got a couple of responses, but we'd like to get more responses out of you guys, get you guys more involved. If you want, you can have your name read with the question that you typed out in the comment or the email, or if you want to keep it to where it's anonymous, that's okay too. But again, at BunnyZine BZCast at gmail.com, or BunnyZinecast@gmail.com. That's our email. One more time, BunnyZinecast@gmail.com. You could, for any ideas or any topics you want covered on the show, don't hesitate. Now, for our guest today, we are going into a different direction for a different kind of episode. Everything else has been a little, pretty much on the positive end. This is a positive, different show as well, but it still goes into the sad route as we bring in my guest today is Katie Straka. She is the admin for the Bridge Bunnies Forever in Our Hearts Facebook page. And I would like to welcome Katie to the BunnyZine BZCast. Katie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
Doing pretty well. I would like to I won't go into much detail, but I'd like to thank you for your patience.
That's no problem. I totally understand.
So for those who are not, this is like a group page. It's a group page, correct?
Yes, it is. It's a group page. It's kind of like a little therapy page for bunny moms and dads that have lost their bunnies. And it really does help a lot. We all kind of help each other get through the really hard times. It's open to anyone that wants to join, that really would like some comfort from fellow bunny moms and dads that have gone through it, because we all have, and our little, sweet bunnies are on this earth way too short a time, and unfortunately, lots of times they leave us way too soon.
Yeah, that is true. It's like the one bad thing, and it goes for like all of our pets. They're just like not here long enough, but keeping it bunny specific. They're just not here long enough.
I do agree with that.
How did you come up with this page and a little bit of background?
Well, 2 years ago, before Christmas, my heart bunny, as I call Fidget, passed away in my arms, and I was absolutely devastated. He was a rescue bunny. I got him. He was a classroom bunny, and I had him for 7 years, and I just loved that bunny so much, and he was such just such a sweetheart. And he got sick really quickly. From what I understand, it was flu, and he got sick at noon that day and was dead by 11 o'clock that night. And the vet did everything she could, but she was actually going to operate on him the next day. And she wanted to keep him there that night, and I said no. If he's going to pass away, he's going to do it at his home with me. And then I would bring him right back in the morning for his surgery if he made it through. And he did not make it through. And I was just devastated. And all I heard from people was, it's just a rabbit. It's just a rabbit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's not just a rabbit. He was much more than me. And I'm an animal lover, and I'm a pet owner. I mean, I have dogs, I have cats, and I have horses. But he wasn't just a rabbit. He was my best friend. And I had posted on it on my Facebook page, too, and got similar responses. It was like, what are you so sad about just a rabbit? So I decided, you know what, there's got to be other bunny owners out there that are like me, that have lost a bunny, and are getting the same kind of response that it's just a rabbit. And so I decided, you know, what the heck, I think I'm going to try to start a group, just in case anyone else wants to talk about their bunnies, post pictures, post videos, or just get some comfort from other people that have been there. And so that's how Bridge Bunnies Forever Not Hurts was born.
Yeah, I know your feeling with the whole. I think that's a very good debate. That's not even something I had written down, but it's something that because when I brought up my Milo in the past, I've actually posted about him in the group page. He went over the bridge last October. That he was in the hospital for 3 days fighting stasis, and that was something my current fiance and I were debating on. Should he stay in there? There wasn't that much improvement from day to day, and on like the third day, he passed. So yeah, it was a struggle. It's one of those things that struggle to where you don't know what's the best option, you know.
Oh yeah, that's very true. Fidget had gone into stasis before, and so I thought maybe it was stasis again. But when they showed me the X-ray, his stomach was just like so extended and so bloated that I guess that's what bloat is. So we took him pretty quickly. But there's just so many ways that bunnies leave us. They just seem so fragile.
Yeah.
That's one thing I wish they weren't quite so fragile.
Yeah, they do have, very strict diets and very strict ways to monitor their habits. And, mostly with the things they eat and the things that they, do. And that all goes with also like bunny proofing your house. And, you think you still do all the right things. And then, stasis is just such I don't even know how to put it. It's just such it could be so it's treatable. It's very, very treatable. See stories all the time of like bunnies having it multiple times, but it's also can be very dangerous.
Oh, I know, and it's so you just worry about them so much. I mean, you're monitoring how much intake they're getting as far as water goes, and I have a bunny right now that is really. Let's put it this way, he doesn't drink enough, and he's always worried that he's going to go on stasis, but so far he's okay.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's always something to monitor, but at least nothing to, at least you haven't noticed anything too abnormal, I guess.
Right. I think one of Fidget's problems was Fidget was not a good hay eater, and I know that hay is something that really has to make up the majority of their diet, and I just tried every hay imaginable, bought, different hays online, and he just was not a good hay eater, and I think that was probably contributed to his stasis issues.
Yeah. Sometimes, from what I've heard through like the Facebook pages and the House Rabbit group pages, that like pellets, depending on like the brand of pellets and how much you give them, they can like over rely on it, and that could just, when they eat too many of them. I know that was possibly in my case with Milo, was that like we were like monitoring it, but he would just like down his serving of pellets so quickly, and he seemed hungry for more and didn't want to like touch the hay. I don't know if that was like what led to it, but
yeah, I know that pellets can be an issue, but I just think that it's just a great page because there's so many wonderful people on this page. I mean, there's just so many tremendously wonderful bunny lovers that just are there to, they just pour their hearts out to other people to make them feel better when they've lost their beloved rabbit. And I just think the world of everybody on in that group. They're just a lot of really wonderful people. And so I think that's why the group has gotten bigger because, maybe word's gotten out, but it's a good place to go for bunny people that need a little bit of comfort that probably aren't going to get it from a lot of other sources.
Yeah, that was actually what I was going to go into for my like sort of question is, what does the group page do for someone that did lose a bunny? What kind of how does it like help their grief?
Well, I think it helps a lot because number one, we don't care how long ago you lost your bunny. I mean, like I've said before, there's no time limit on grief. I mean, I missed it just as much today as I did when he passed 2 years ago, and I know an awful lot of people feel the same way. And so everyone's free to post pictures whenever they want, as often as they want, videos whenever they want, as often as they want. At Christmas time, I made a musical slideshow, which was Christmas greetings from the Bridge Bunnies, and everybody seemed to really enjoy that. It's just a great therapy group where we all kind of help each other because everybody has bad days here and there where we really are missing our pets, and it really helps to have shoulders to cry on, especially shoulders to cry on that those people understand exactly what you're going through.
Yeah, it's really true because there are a lot of bunny parents in the world, and it seems like the community, like the worldwide community, is growing. But at the same time, like I don't think a lot of us know like people that we could see in person, close friends or family or neighbors that wouldn't understand it.
No, that's very true. Yeah. I mean, even my husband, that lovely, he loves animals, but he didn't get it either. He was just like, oh, I know you love fidget, but just get another rabbit. It was kind of like, well, no, it's not kind of like that. I mean, I did, of course I did, because I firmly believe that the best way to honor a bunny that has gone is to adopt another one, because there's so many that need a home. But the point is that not even he got it, and my girls, my daughters, they were just like, Mom, what are you so upset about? Nobody gets it unless they've been there, and that's why I love the group, because we've all been there and we all get it, and so we're all there to help each other, and it's an awesome group.
Yeah, it is a really awesome group. This was actually something that I had noted in my little show notes section that are off to the side. What do you think that from maybe what you've noticed in the group, or for yourself personally, what it is like to adopt again after you lose such a close bunny.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand. I didn't quite catch that.
Oh, that's okay. I said that was like when you were talking about adopting again. What was like? I said, what do you think are like some of the difficulties people go through with adopting again, from either your own experience or from what you've noticed, like maybe through the Facebook page, your Facebook page?
Well, some people feel like they're betraying their bunny that passed away, and they can't look at it that way, because I really do believe that the love you shared with your bunny would want that love shared with another bunny. And there's so many bunnies out there that need hugs, and so many rescues that have bunnies and fosters, and I held Fidget all night long. At night he passed around 11 o'clock, and I held him that whole night, and I just sobbed the entire night. And in the morning, it was really weird. I got this feeling over me that was like, Fidget was telling me, okay, Mom, I love you, and I'm happy now, and you need to go help somebody else. And then that very day, I went down to Ohio House Rescue in Columbus, which is 2 hours from here, and I ended up adopting another bunny. And his name is Nick. He's really sweet. He had been thrown out by someone that a garbage collector had found him. And
oh my gosh!
So now he is one of my bunnies, and I just love him to pieces. He's never going to replace Fidget, and I think a lot of people are afraid if they get another bunny, it's like you're trying to replace that bunny, which of course you're not. But I think that it helps also in the group that other people can kind of show people, especially people that maybe have lost their first bunny, that don't have any other bunnies and are afraid that they're betraying their memory or something. I think that the rest of us can help them realize that, that's not it at all. You're honoring them by sharing that love that you shared with them with another bunny.
Yeah. I know it's been a little bit like a little frustrating that I actually haven't been able to adopt again, and it's a big pain in the bunny butt. That because you still there, Katie?
Yeah, I'm here. Hang on a second. That's interference coming from my phone. Somebody's texting me.
Okay. Just so.
Would you hang on a second? Okay. I still hear it. I don't think I can get rid of that. Sorry.
It's okay.
Do you think you will adopt again?
I'm sorry?
Will you adopt again, do you think?
Oh yeah, I definitely will adopt again. I as I was talking to you two before the show and I think I said it in my last episode that we just got a new house, but there's nothing in it right now outside of like tools and paint cans and stuff. So yeah, as soon as we get all settled in, we're definitely adopting again. There was one we did have an eye on, but she was like just adopted like a week ago. She was I think she was only like 6 months old, and she was part Harlequin, part Flemish Giant. And we're like, my fiance and I are both partial, to Flemish Giants, because that's what we had in the past. And yeah, and she was part of it, and I don't know why, but it's so hard to find them. There are a ton of bunnies, of course, for adoption in the Illinois area. Specifically just south of Chicago. But the Flemishes it seems like they're incredibly rare. I'm not entirely sure why, but people, like rescues that I've contacted, say they get adopted like really fast. And, but yeah, I definitely.
I have a friend that has a Flemish Giant, and he's quite a character. They're very full of personality.
Exactly. That's how I summed up Milo. full of personality and character, which I'm sure all bunnies are full of personality and character. I don't like. It's nothing to go against any other kind of breed. It's just, you just.
Oh, I know. I totally understand what you're saying. I mean, to me, it just boggles my mind. I just think bunnies are just such underrated animals out there. I mean, they're so sweet and so cute, and sometimes can be, really stinkers, but they are just, if people only knew, I mean, what they were missing out by not having bunnies in their life. I think that there'd be a lot more bunnies being adopted.
Oh yeah, I would definitely think so. I think people are also afraid of the responsibility, because it's a different kind of animal to raise and take care of. I always refer and tell everyone, I think I've said it like every episode so far, so I'll say it again. Rabbits.org, it's just got everything covered. That's like the National House Rabbit Society website. And I don't know, people, maybe it just scares them for the effort they would need to put in, which when you get used to it, it's not hard at all. It's just paying attention.
No, it's really not. I think a lot of people go into it blind, and this whole Easter business where people get bunnies for Easter, which just
exactly.
People still do it, and then after the novelty wears off, they just dump them. And I mean, there's just so many out there that have been, have just been dumped, and thank God there's a lot of rescuers out there that are willing to go out, do the extra mile, and catch these bunnies, because it's just heartbreaking to see that people are so callous.
Yeah, it really is. Easter is not a very, very good season for bunnies. We were like Facebook posts and tweets out like crazy about just, warning people as to what, you're taking on it as a responsibility of bunnies are just like a cat or a dog or another family member in your life, not just, a bunny, quote unquote. They put like this weird, like it's not, it's just like a side animal or something, and it's completely not. It's another member of your family.
Right, exactly. And we try to get that message out across, but I think there's some people that are they just don't get it.
Yeah.
Or they don't care. I'm not sure which, but somehow they view bunnies as just not as important, or they are more disposable than cats or dogs, which couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah. One question I was going to... There it is. Okay. So with everything that you see, I think when a normal, just a regular bunny parent is on Facebook, for example, and they go through the news feed, it's like a mix of... It's a mix. So you see some positive stuff that's really cute and funny in pictures and videos, and then you see the negative side of where a bunny is sick and someone's trying to raise funds, which I do have to give credit to the bunny community, because a lot of us who are just like, I don't want to say middle class, but normal people kind of go up, above and beyond to help each other out. And you see bunnies that are in trouble at shelters, and you see bunnies that have passed away. And with the bridge page, you kind of just get one side of that. Is it ever too much?
Too much, as far as...
Well, it's just... Much. Well, sometimes, when you go on the news feed, and you see, you can sometimes just, whether it's through the House Rabbit group post, that's like mostly what comes up in mind. You just see sometimes not too much, but a lot of, just sad news. That's what I was asking with the bridge.
It can get overwhelming sometimes. Sometimes my news feed is full of, different bunny just left for the bridge, and this friend's bunny's in stasis, and this friend's bunny just had to have emergency surgery, and it's very, it's probably because I have so many bunny friends, and that's what shows up on the newsfeed. But sometimes it can be really overwhelming, especially because there seems to be like, I don't know, it almost seems to go in like a cycle, and you see like just a bunch of posts of bunnies leaving for the bridge at the same time, and it's very, very heartbreaking because you just want to reach through and hug these people and say, "Guys, I'm so sorry." And you know, you say it on Facebook, but it's not quite the same. But you still mean it every bit as much. It's just that you wish you could actually convey it in person that you're really sorry for their loss because you know how bad it hurts.
Yeah, it's that was what my question would pertain to, just because of what your page of, you know, just see a lot of sad stories that comes up in my newsfeed all the time with the Bridge Bunnies page, and you just want to be there to help the other person out.
Right, that's very, very true. I actually posted I like to do pictures and stuff, and I'll post pictures on the page and try to include all the bunnies that people have posted on. And the one that we've got on right now says all bunnies go to heaven, and humans, on the other hand, have to earn that right. And there's a picture of a lot of the bunnies that have passed away that people have shared, and it's stuff like that too that I think helps other people. When they see that, they're like, yeah, you know, that's true. Our bunnies are happy, and they're thinking away, waiting for us.
Now, for our listeners, just because of I would only ask it just because of your page, the Facebook page. For our listeners who haven't, you know, a bunny hasn't passed away, you know, their bunnies are still with us. How would you explain like the Rainbow Bridge and everything about it?
You mean as far as what the Rainbow Bridge is?
Yeah, because someone like myself didn't really know. I'm just using myself for example. Didn't really know that much about it. I never really, when I had Milo, thought to look into it, and then when he passed, I it just started kind of looking into it.
Okay, well, basically there's a poem that, talks about the Rainbow Bridge, which is a place where, all our pets go, that it's like heaven for them, and they have everything that they ever wanted or needed, and they're happy, and they're young, and they're virile and healthy, and basically they're waiting for us. And in the poem, it talks about how one day, they come to meet you at the bridge, and you're together again. And I firmly believe that our pets are going to be reunited with us again someday. And so that's my take on it anyway.
Yeah, I completely agree. It was just more so for our listeners who didn't know about it. Like I said, for example, of myself. I actually got a card in the mail from my vet like a week or two after Milo passed, and it was the poem that was in there, and then it kind of had like the Rainbow Bridge picture, and I just said, wow, that's just like a beautiful, it's sad, but it's also beautiful at the same time.
No, I totally agree. Yeah. And it's comforting, to read that poem and to think about it, and realize that they're they're no longer sick. They're there, and they're happy, and they're waiting for us. And I really do believe that. I know maybe some people don't, but I happen to be one of them that really does believe that.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I do too as well. So you talked about your bunny a little bit. We will close on a little bit of a more of a brighter side, I guess you could say.
Um,
Tell us about bunny or bunnies you have at home.
of my own, and I'm fostering one for a house-rated rescue. And now rescues, and they're all adorable. Two of them are bonded, and then the other one is kind of on his own right now, and then there's this one that I'm fostering that I'm pretty positive I'm going to become a foster failure and end up keeping him because I pretty much have fallen in love with him. He's a real sweet little guy, and I think I'm going to end up adopting him. So then I'll have four.
That's always one of, like, I would love to, well, I could, but I would love to foster just to help out a rescue, but I would just have to adopt, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing. That's why, it's like, well, I don't know if I end up fostering, I'm probably going to end up adopting. But, it's okay because there's so many of them that need homes. And, so, to me, one bunny, four bunnies, it's not that big of an extra burden or anything. I mean, they're relatively easy to keep as far as I'm concerned. They're litter box trained, which is what's wonderful about getting a bunny to a rescue.
Yeah.
You know, the bunnies from the rescue already are spayed or neutered, and they're litter box trained. And so, to a new bunny parent, that's something that a lot of people don't realize that, you know, bunnies can even be litter box trained.
Yeah, I didn't know that either when I adopted Milo. This person couldn't. He got Milo from a shelter. I'm not exactly sure which one. It was one in Illinois, and then he found out his daughter was allergic to it, and had some kind of ad on the internet, and I just happened to like throw some kind of weird Google search in there one day, and he came up, and you're just like, he told, that was one of the first things he told me. He's like, oh, he's litter box trained. I was like, oh, they can do that? He's like, yeah. I was like, I have no idea how that works.
Yeah, I think they're pretty easy to litter box train. That's not to say that you're not going to, as we all know, have little, let's see, I don't want to put this delicately, have little remembrances all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't want to let everyone know that they've been in certain places, but it's okay with me. I don't mind. I mean, that's just bunnies.
Yeah, there's always a little bit of cleanup, but for the most part, they do a really, really good job of keeping it all in the box, which makes it very, very easy to clean up.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Well, Katie, that is pretty much all that we have for you today. I would like to thank you for being a guest on the show and expanding on the Bridge Bunnies Facebook page.
Is there one thing I can do, just a little plug for another group that we have on Facebook?
Of course.
And this has to do with the bunnies that are still with us, and it's called Our Rescue Rabbits Rock. Okay. And it's basically the same kind of thing, except this is for people to share anything and everything about the bunnies they have now, including tips on bunny care and, you know, certain things like fly strike or things that, you know, bunny people need to be aware of. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there too.
No, that's awesome. We love bunny pages. So then one more time on the title of the page.
It's called Our Rescue Rabbits Rock.
Awesome. That sounds really cool. I'll have to definitely check that out. And,
okay, awesome. Well, I really am thrilled that you invited me on here because I really I want people to know about the Bridge Bunnies page so that they can get the comfort that they're not going to get from other people. And this is just a great thing that you do, and I'm really excited to be part of it.
No, I'm really glad that you came on to the show today, and I'd like to thank you.
You bet.
Okay, Katie. Well, I will talk to you again on Facebook or on the Bridge Bunnies page.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Katie, for your time and your patience earlier today.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem.
You have a nice night.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, goodbye. Again, I would like to thank Katie Straka for for appearing on our show today. She was a really, really good guest for us. And I will go into my PBSA in just about one short moment. My PBSA, which I've ended every podcast on, is my public bunny service announcement. And it just pertains to the Bridge Bunnies Forever in Our Hearts Facebook group page. Sorry, that's really long, but I just sum it up as Bridge Bunnies. It is very, very helpful. I am a member of it. I became a member of it shortly after Milo passed, and I found it very, very helpful that there are people that understand your loss. And I think that's a difficult thing to find, to find people that understand your loss of your bunny. It's not something that's just very common for people that aren't bunny parents to understand. And as I said earlier, we are a growing community, but we're not, a lot of us, unless we're working at rescues or in different situations, just don't have a lot of close bunny friends that we could grieve with face to face. So it's a very helpful group. Like Katie said, you could post pictures, videos, and there's a large group. I'm not entirely sure how many members, but there are hundreds. Large group of people that are there to help you out and help you with your loss. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in and listening. Again, our social media pages are at officialbzine on Twitter, Bunnyzine on Facebook, and official Bunnyzine on Instagram. Again, our new issue will be out August 1st, which I think this episode will be out a couple of days after August 1st, so that will be technically our current issue when you guys will listen to this. Make sure you download that and donate to the future rescue of the issue. Whatever dollar you can donate helps. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and goodbye.